Mavis woke up and began getting ready for school. She didn't particularly like school, but she did like seeing her boyfriend. In fact, Malcolm was all she could think about these days. She was an A student, but only so her parents wouldn't ground her. She has only ever wanted to be free to do what she wants. Mavis wanted to guarantee a soft life like the one her parents provided her, and that was something Malcolm could give her. It certainly helped that he was pretty, and that he was good to her. Between the Gladstone and the land-grab fortunes, Mavis could focus on being a good mother and homemaker. Speaking of Malcolm, Mavis makes time for him in between every class every single day. She loves to shower him with affection and doesn't care who sees it. He knows how to make her laugh, but she would still laugh at him even if he didn't say something funny. Keeping Mal happy was her #1 priority. If he was happy, she'd be happy, and they could be together forever. Malcolm cares deeply for Mavis. The one thing he might enjoy more than the affection, though, is the possibility of a partnership between their family businesses. Michael could care less about what Mavis does with herself. He likes to avoid others when possible. Back home, Carrie was getting ready to have a girls' day at the house. She set out some virgin drinks by the pool and made some cheese platters. Carrie prides herself in being the leader for these sorts of things. Her girl group included the community's wealthiest and most elite matriarchs, Octavia Moon, Judith Ward, Lily Foam, Bella Goth, and Nancy Landgrab. She may not be as famous as Judith, or as wealthy as Lily, but she knows how to throw a damn good party. The best part about these get-togethers was the gossip, of course. Everyone could safely talk shit about their husbands and not worry about it leaving their circle. Most of the girls also kept secrets from their husbands, so it was nice to talk casually about these things. It was also nice to have kids the same age as each other. Everyone was a bit spread out, but Carrie and Nancy were absolutely thrilled that Mavis and Malcolm finally got together. As the party started to wrap up, the kids and Uriah returned home for the day. Uriah had another great day of work and paid the bills before coming inside. He loves being his own boss, and he worked hard to achieve this level of success and wealth for his family. Michael went straight to his bed to cry after having a bad day at school. Mavis had a better day by far, but was going through a mood swing when she came home. She invited Mal over to work on a project together for class, knowing that he would cheer her up in no time. Mal wasn't the brightest, but Mavis would never let him know that. He has put his fair share of work into their project, but it's taken longer than they planned because Mavis has had to go back and fix parts of it when Mal isn't around. Mavis would never tell Mal about it though. She actually enjoys perfecting their work. Michael worked on his homework at the table and watched his little sister and his classmate. He couldn't really avoid them much in his own house unless he went to his room, but his mom demanded that he play nice whenever Malcolm was over. She insisted that he keep a good relationship with him as well since they would be doing business together as they both would be working for their parents after graduation next month. He didn't mind talking to Malcolm, but he didn't really like how attached Mavis was to him. There was something about seeing them flirt and be cozy that made him feel weird. Was it anger? Or maybe disgust? Carrie finished cooking dinner and the family sat together at the table. They caught up with each other and chatted about their days while Malcolm continued to work on their school project. After dinner, Uriah pulled Carrie aside to ask her a question. She may be pregnant, but they both still had needs. Carrie did such a good job of taking care of the house, and Uriah wanted to thank her for it. Meanwhile, Malcolm and Mavis decided to spend some alone time together in the hot tub. Mal told Mavis that he skipped dinner just so they could have some alone time before he had to go home. Hearing that made Mavis's heart flutter. She might have to fix his work later, but it's always reassuring to hear that he likes to spend time with her too. Unfortunately, Mavis was starting to feel exhausted. She tried her best to stay awake so her parents wouldn't find her still in the hot tub later. Carrie probably wouldn't care or be suspicious of them, but Uriah would be furious if he knew the two of them were out here alone. Malcolm decided to leave at 11:30 to make sure he made curfew. The next morning, Carrie was sleeping peacefully after her and Uriah's woohoo session. Uriah, however, was in the baby's nursery working away. They had a few of the older kids' things brought out of storage, but he wanted to build new furniture to surprise Carrie for when the baby comes. As the sun started rising, he called his office to let his partners know he would be taking the day off for Carrie's gender reveal and baby shower. He had ordered fancy pastries, decorations, and a chef that would be up to Carrie's taste for sure. He made sure all of Carrie's girlfriends were in attendance, and had the kids wear blue or pink to guess what they're having. Everyone shuffled in and the house was full of excitement. Uriah had hoped they could host the party outside, but they had to move it inside due to the bad weather. Carrie came downstairs in the dress Uriah had left on the bed for her, and put on a pair of glasses. She was so surprised by all of this and thanked Uriah for putting this together. If she's getting anything out of being pregnant again, it's attention, and she loves attention. She left to use the restroom while everyone else made their way to the kitchen. Uriah had a slice of cake and the others joined shortly after him to grab a goodie from the dessert table. The caterer had done an excellent job, and everyone loved the unicorn decorations. The cake itself didn't reveal the gender, but it was still really tasty. Michael picked a pair of pink glasses even though he was wearing blue because he thought it would be funny to annoy his mom with the photos. Carrie rolled her eyes when she saw Michael but kept a smile on her face and greeted her guests. She decided to pick a cupcake since the baby was moving quite a bit and she didn't have much of an appetite. Mavis opted to wear pink, of course, but the watcher did not notice her bangs clipping until after editing this video. She also took a page from her brother's book and wore blue glasses to tease their mother. Both of the siblings had mixed feelings about the pregnancy. Mavis was thrilled at the chance of having a little sister. It could be a chance to practice taking care of a baby before she has her own in a few years. On the other hand, she knows that her mom can be quite cold and wasn't sure why she decided to get pregnant again to begin with. As the guests chatted, Carrie got ready for the balloon reveal. Uriah had picked out a confetti drop that would be filled with pink or blue. Carrie was desperately hoping for the baby to be a boy. Lily was expecting a baby girl and she could already see their two little ones falling in love and uniting their families together. Everyone gathered around for the drop. Once Carrie made sure everyone was watching, they popped the balloon together. Everyone cheered as the pink confetti rained out over Carrie and Uriah. They pulled each other close into a hug and posed for a photo together. Uriah couldn't be happier to have another beautiful baby girl. Carrie felt any hope she had left slip away, but remained positive for Uriah's sake. The hormones are making her even more upset. After the party, Uriah got to work on cleanup. I decided to include this shot because for some reason, all of the guests decided they needed to start baking cakes for the parents. I didn't even record the bowls that were sitting outside by the pool LMAO. Uriah doesn't usually help with the cleanup, but he could tell that this pregnancy was really tiring on Carrie's body. He could at least load up the dishwasher and pay someone to clean up the rest of the mess. Carrie didn't even manage to take off her party outfit before passing out. She was more than ready to get this baby out of her.